In the meantime, we're having fun. We're, doing new adventures and seeing new stuff.
That's a big dude. You're a big mother trucker.
It was a sunny afternoon in Alamo, Tennessee, when Amy Slayton, star of TLC's 1,000-Pound Sisters, decided to take her sons, Gage and Glenn, to the Tennessee Safari Park. The park, known for its drive-through safari and walk-through zoo, offered a unique experience to get up close with exotic animals like camels and giraffes. Amy, eager to provide her children with a fun and educational outing, packed snacks and games for the ride. She was accompanied by her companion, Brian Scott Levorn, who was also looking forward to the adventure. As they entered the park, Amy marveled at the towering giraffes and the curious camels that approached their vehicle. Gage and Glenn pressed their faces against the windows, excitedly pointing at the animals. "Look, Mommy! A giraffe!" Gage exclaimed. "Can we feed the camels?" Glenn asked, his eyes wide with wonder. Amy smiled, her heart swelling with joy at her children's enthusiasm. She rolled down the window slightly to allow them to interact with the animals. As they approached a group of camels, one of the animals extended its head toward the vehicle. Amy, recalling the instructions from the park staff about feeding the animals, cautiously held out a carrot. Suddenly, without warning, the camel lunged forward, its teeth sinking into Amy's arm. She screamed in pain, pulling her arm back quickly. Blood began to seep from the wound, and Amy's face contorted in shock and pain. Brian immediately sprang into action, instructing the children to stay calm and covering Amy's arm with a cloth to staunch the bleeding. He then called 911, alerting them to the situation. Within minutes, emergency responders arrived at the scene. They assessed Amy's injury and determined that she needed immediate medical attention. Paramedics carefully assisted her from the vehicle and onto a stretcher, preparing to transport her to the hospital. As they loaded her into the ambulance, Amy's thoughts raced. She had been bitten by a camel, a situation she never imagined she would find herself in. The pain was intense, but she tried to remain calm for the sake of her children. At the hospital, doctors treated Amy's wound, cleaning and dressing it to prevent infection. They advised her to rest and monitor for any signs of complications. While Amy was receiving medical care, law enforcement officers investigated the incident. They discovered that Amy's vehicle contained substances that led to further complications. According to reports, deputies detected a suspicious odor emanating from the car and, upon searching, found marijuana and what was believed to be psychedelic mushrooms. Following the discovery, Amy and Brian were arrested on charges related to drug possession and child endangerment. The presence of the substances in the vehicle with her children raised serious concerns. In a court proceeding later that year, Amy and Brian pleaded guilty to the charges. They were sentenced to 2 years of supervised probation, a $1,000 fine each, and court costs. The child endangerment charges were dismissed as part of the plea deal. In the months following the incident, Amy took time to reflect on the events that transpired. She acknowledged the mistakes made and the lessons learned. The experience served as a wake-up call, prompting her to reassess her priorities and make changes in her life. Amy expressed gratitude for the support of her family and fans during this challenging time. She committed to making better choices and ensuring the safety and well-being of her children. Amy's journey was far from over. She continued to share her story with her audience, using her platform to promote awareness about the consequences of her actions and the importance of making responsible decisions. Through her experiences, Amy hoped to inspire others to learn from her mistakes and to approach life with a renewed sense of purpose and accountability.